a young man like that is tough. And certainly our thoughts with his wife, Alyssa, his dad, Scott, and his brother, Tyler, who's a former employee of ours.
Yeah, super neat family. And, another neat fact, he was a member of the 2015 4A state champion team for Buhler in golf, and I think had the second best score at state. But, yeah, just a tragedy to lose a young man with such a bright, promising future and contributed so much.
Yeah, so the only thing he loved more than than golf was God and his family, and so that kind of describes him as huge loss in our community this week. And again, our thoughts and prayers with Ryan's family. His service will be coming up a week from tomorrow. Back with the second half here. 7-6, Mulvane leads by a point on HKFM.
Can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Holidays are right around the corner. Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Be sure to get your pre-orders in for corporate gift boxes and family desserts for the holidays. Follow us on social media, come see us at 205 South Main, or call 888-YUM.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Stop by H&R Block in Lyons, Ellsworth, or Hutch today.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Crusader football on HKFM.
And our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, by I Need a Cleaners, by Holly's Sweet Treats, APAC Shears, and by Alpha Land Surveys. Buhler set to get the ball first to start the second half. I want to invite you to join myself and Coach Warner on Monday night. Coming up, our Crusader Coaches Show will be live from Taco John's in Hutch on Monday. And here is Deeker with the kickoff for the Wildcats. Will be taken near side. Matt Eddy at the 10. Return 15-20, 25-30. Big haul, 35-40. Matt Eddy across the 40-yard line, and a great return by Double Deuce up to the 44.
And that's one of the great reminders right there that even though Buhler has trailed this entire ball game, they are only one big play from taking their first lead of the night. Great return by Matt Eddy. Anytime is Eddy time.
Yeah, Maul's anything that he cannot do, my goodness.
Yeah, just an all-around athlete. Great to have him back out. He was just rubbed up with biofreeze on his knee. He was a little gimpy there at the end of the first half, so something to keep an eye on. Didn't look to affect him much on that one, though.
All right, Buhler out of the eye on first down pitch play. Gavin Patton trying to get to the edge on the right. Finds a hole. One man to beat and brought down at the Mulvane 44-yard line. Move the sticks. You've been saying all year, Chris, the big one is coming. He was a jersey tackle away from scoring 6.
Yeah, Abasolo saved Mulvane's bacon that time, and when Patton breaks his first long run of the year, it is going to be cathartic to this entire team. Great big run on first down.
Down to the 44 of the Wildcats, moves the chains. 12 yards on the play, out of the I formation. Eddy lined up near side. They go with 2 tight ends. And Gavin Patton to the outside at the 40, 35. Stiff arms to the 30, 25, and out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Something they're doing these last 2 series, going double tights, trying to get some more protection up front.
And a great block on the near side. Matt Eddy was split to the near side, and he had the big block that helped to spring Patton for the big run to the edge. But what a great comeback block that time for Eddy, and the Crusaders have some momentum here out the gate.
Just like a great block on the field, H&R Block, the pros provide you the help you need. The biggest possible refund. Find the tax prep option right for you at H&R Block. Back to the ground, and Gavin Patton hard running across the 20 and up to the 19. 30 yards on that previous carry for Gavin Patton. actually make it to 20 yards. Sorry, who's been fantastic here out of the gates in the second half.
And Patton does such a good job. He anticipates when contact is coming. He does a great job of keeping his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and just does a great job of keeping the pad level low when contact, keeps those feet churning, and a great carry on first down for Gavo.
7-6 Mulvane, 10:33 to go in the third. Here's a handoff to the fullback. And Braden Gentry, tough to bring down, loses a yard back to the 20.
Yeah, and Gentry that time had two defenders trying to bring him down. It was Abasolo along with Garrett Olson, and they never brought Gentry down. He kept his balance, kept his feet churning, but unfortunately they stop him for a short loss. But a big third down, Buhler probably in 4-down territory, although a field goal would give the Crusaders the lead, and we know Neal can pop these from this far away.
Owen Schmidt, Luca Gotti going to rotate in at receiver here on the 3rd and 6 at the 20. I'll go with 2 receivers left, 1 right. Schmidt, the lone receiver on the far side. Eddie in the slot to the near side. Jeff Neal steps up, slings it over the middle, but low, looking for Matt Eddy, who went up the field and then cut across at the 10. And that brings up 4th down.
That time, Neal had some pressure. He's been so used to running for his life tonight. He kind of didn't know what to do, but that time, unfortunately, the throw is a little low, and it'll bring up a 4th down, but Buehler's going to go for it here.
They're going to go for it on the 4th and 6 from the 20. Eddie split out wide to the right side. Schmidt and Gotti to the near side. Jeff out of the gun with Gavin Patton to his left on 4th and 6. Low snap, picks it up off the turf, blitz off the edge, caught by the tight end, Will Haynen at the 15, inside the 10, it's going to be 1st and goal.
Great play call that time for the Crusaders. They ran the tight end dump. Will Haynen was out there all by his lonesome on the right-hand side. Great delivery by Neal to Haynen, and the Crusaders have 1st and goal down at the 8-yard line.
Buhler has they have rolled 7s on the 4th downs this year. 4th down conversions, they're now 7 of 14. 50% ain't too shabby. 1st and goal at the 8 here. And out of the I formation, Gavin Patton's going to be wrapped up right away for a loss back to the 11-yard line. He loses 3 yards on that 1st down play.
Yeah, Deeker and Olsen, 2 of the interior linebackers from Mulvane, came through unblocked and swallowed Gavin up. He really didn't have a chance. A 3-yard loss moves the Crusaders back outside the 10.
Haven't had some early success. I like that 2 tight end look, using those extra blockers, trying to hold off those linebackers from the edges.
Yeah, I mean, when Mulvane's got 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, that's a great way to combat it.
They'll put Eddie in at a wing to the right here on 2nd and 11. Now Matt's going to go in motion. Out of the I formation, pitch play to the left. He'll follow Eddie at the 10, puts a helmet down and gets to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5, and a good gain of 6 to the left side on that toss to Gavin Patton.
And that opens up so many more things offensively. That was a huge pickup that time, because 3rd and goal from the 5 is a lot more manageable than 3rd and goal from the 11.
Tavian Gilliam is going to rotate in it to receiver now. 3rd and 5 down to 8:08 to go in this 3rd quarter. They'll be in the I. Gilliam to the left, Eddie to the right. Jeff under center, Ty Goins the snapper. And he'll snap. They're going to throw to the back corner of the end zone and overthrow Matt Eddy. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5. Now I think they're going to try the field goal.
Yeah, they'll bring the personnel on the kicking tee. So we'll see the ball spotted at the 5-yard line.
Critical here, Moles. You talked about the normal holder, Logan Briner, not here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that on the missed extra point. It has affected things. There's a high snap last time. We almost went for 2. Some of those guys were confused, ended up kicking it. So we'll see how this one turns out. Need a good snap, good hold.
This is going to be a 22-yard attempt. It is up, and it is good. And Buhler scores first in the second half with a field goal from 22 yards from Jeff Neal. 7:53 to go in the 3rd. Buhler 9, Mulvane 7. Back after this on HKFM.
Always homemade favorites and weekly specials at Water's Edge Restaurant and Catering in Heston. It's simply the best for comfort food classics or unique seasonal flavors. Check out their Thursday night specials and customizable catering options too. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Follow them on Facebook and view the menu at watersedgeheston.com. With dine-in or curbside to-go service, they've got your cravings covered morning, noon, and Thursday night.
Much like going to the doctor for a physical, we can perform a physical on your vehicle. Hi, this is Steve. Welcome to the full service experience of Red Rock Auto Center. Allow us to do a complete physical on your vehicle to ensure its complete dependability. Whether preparing for holiday travel, batteries, or brakes, we are your locally owned, family owned, full service repair facility. Visit us today in South Hutchinson or go to redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
Crusader football on HKFM.
10 plays, 56 yards. Buhler has its first lead of the night on a 22-yard Jeff Neal field goal. For Jeffrey, that is his fourth make of the season. And he'll squib it past an up man at the 30. It's going to be picked up at the 22. Return far side, 35-40. Another good return for Mulvane. They've got those small, sneaky guys. And Wildcats trailing for the first time in this game. 9-7 Buhler, 7:45 to go. See if that Black Knight D can keep up what they did in the first half.
Yeah, nice special teams tackle made that time by backup quarterback Brendan Skripsick, the sophomore, seeing some action. But, yeah, Mulvane's got a lot of quick guys. It was one of the Fuller brothers that time with a nice return for the Wildcats.
1st and 10 from their own 41. They'll be in the eye. Single receiver to the right. 2 receivers to the left. No tight end. They roll out Sorensen. Throw across the middle. Nearly picked but caught at the 40. 30, 25, and Tavian Gilliam shoves Chase Deeker out of bounds down at the 18-yard line. D-back that time went for the pick and came up short.
Yeah, Gotti tried to jump the route. We've been talking about how Mulvane is breaking all the routes to the outside, which those are easier ones to pick off. Unfortunately, if you sell out to try to get the pick and you don't get it, the receivers are left wide open.
41 yards on that pass play. Now a flag comes out while Mulvane is in the huddle. A flag out. That about have to be some type of unsportsman. Illegal substitution is the call on the Mulvane.
Yeah, they've been running guys in and out, and they must have broke the huddle with too many guys in the huddle.
Yeah, 12 in the huddle ended up. Coach Myers was almost out on the hash mark of the field trying to get one of his guys to come off.
That'll be Mulvane's third penalty, pushes him back to the 23. Black Knights need a big stop here. Single back behind. Sorensen in the gun. And a run up the gut. Forward progress to the 20, trying to bounce to the outside, and that's not going to work. He was stopped at the 20, got away, and then lost yardage. Probably been better off if he just stay put at the 20. They're going to mark him back at the 18, and it's a gain of 5 on what was 1st and 15.
Yeah, Heenan and Gotti both had shots on him. He was able to squeeze out of those 2 tackles, tried to work his way to the outside, but Gilliam with another big tackle, back-to-back tackles for Tavian.
I'm sorry, I apologize. You're going to mark him at the 22, so it's only a gain of 1. 2nd and long here. Lucas Sorensen out of the shotgun, hands off again, outside die, flag is out, die to the end zone, but there is a flag down at the 20-yard line.
And with where it's thrown, thankfully, and even the quarterback for Mulvane, Sorensen, signaling his guys to come back down the field. Anytime there's flags on the perimeter like that on a long run, it's most likely going to be a hold. Still waiting for the official call from the white hat.
Fisher Dye with his biggest run of the night got free on the Mulvane sideline for a touchdown, but a flag out.
And the flag was down near the 21-yard line.
So that'll push the ball back to the 31. Second penalty on this drive for the Wildcats. They're 4th in the game, and that's going to set up 2nd down and 23.
So now if you're the Crusaders, you got to utilize this penalty and try to keep Mulvane off the board here and keep the lead and try to build on it here. But Crusaders got to hold for a couple more downs.
9-7 Crusaders, 6:39 to go in the third. Buhler with a 22-yard field goal on their first series of the second half. Sorensen out of the gun. Fisher died to his right. 2 receivers right. They'll put to Trenton Davis across the formation in motion. Here's the snap. And Sorensen scrambling, in trouble, brought down, sacked for a loss of a yard back to the 32.
Great sack that time by Braden Gentry, the Mike linebacker for Buhler. And now Mulvane's got 3rd in an eternity. Black Knight defense bowing their necks right now, trying to keep the Wildcats off the board.
That'll be Gentry's first sack of the season. Junior linebacker, glad to have him back for another year next year. Clock running, 6:07 to go in the third. And Mulvane facing a 3rd and 24. Single recoverage on the near side receiver. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Sorensen out of the gun. Now scrambling left and brought down. It's going to be 4th and long. Sorensen, good coverage downfield that time. Gets forward to the 34, a gain of 2, 4th down and long.
Yeah, that time Sorensen scrambled in front of the pressure, but Jace Henderson was able to fight off his block and drop him still for a little to no gain. And so now Mulvane with a 4th and long clock rolling here. Let's see if the Black Knights can keep him off the board one more down.
Well, Mitchell McDaniel had that single coverage on the near side. Good coverage on the left side, which is where Sorensen was rotating to on that play. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 19.
Huge down here.
Sorensen out of the gun. 4 wide receivers. Single back set to the right of Sorensen. Has time to throw. Wants to throw over the middle. It is broken up and oh no. Oh no. They're going to call pass interference.
Tough break.
Where was that call when Gotti got tackled earlier in the game?
Yeah, that time Gotti did a great job. Looked like he timed it perfectly to try to bat the ball away. Both players are allowed to try to make a play on the football. The good news in the high school ranks, it's not a spot foul. So, and it's not enough with it being 4th and a long ways. It's going to bring 4th and 4. You know, if we're at a higher level of football, it's a spot foul. And so luckily it's still 4th down, but now a much more manageable chance for the Wildcats.
4th and 4 from the 12. Would Mulvane try a field goal here?
They look like
I think they're going to.
Oh, no, they are. Yeah, they got the holder down.
Deeker is going to try from the 21. So this will be a 31-yard field goal to try for Chase Deeker, who is 0 for 1 on the season. Trying to get Mulvane the lead back. Yeah, and it's no good. The hold and the snap and the hold were good, but Deeker kicked it underneath of the field goal bar in no good, and somehow the Black Knights, despite that big penalty, able to hold.
Well, we escaped that time. Great job by the defense, bending but not breaking, and thankfully Deeker just kicked a line drive that time. That one didn't have a prayer of getting it over the crossbar.
I kind of think Myers missed an opportunity to go for it there.
Yeah, I mean, with a kicker that has not made a field goal all year, it really kind of shows you what an advantage it is for Buhler having an experienced kicker.
Buhler from their own 20. Here's Patton running right. Boy, not much there. Give him a yard. Trying to get to the outside of the right to the 19.
Well, and Carson, you kind of have an injury update down below on Patton.
Yeah, Gavin came off the field after the last drive, was injured, got up, grabbed his knee, stayed in the game, was asked if he needed to come out, stayed in. Came back, Doc Lackey took a look at him, a little bit of biofreeze. Twisting the knee was what I saw him wincing in pain with, so he'll stick it out for now, but something to keep an eye on.
Out of the I formation, Jeff Neal under center on 2nd and 9. And they're going to stay with Patton on a straight-ahead run across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. So that's going to set up 3rd down and short. Critical 3rd down coming up here Boy, this is a type of game tonight with the way these defenses are playing. If you could somehow find your way into a 2-score lead, that could feel like an eternity.
You're exactly right. And seeing Patton out there just grinding and gritting it out right now, showing what you need to see out of a senior leader. And if the Crusaders can just keep this drive alive and burn some clock, get that 2-score lead, I'd feel fantastic.
Double tights on 3rd and 3. Jeff Neal wants to pass. It's a screen pass. It's caught at the stick. It's enough for the first down at the 30. I think it actually went to the tight end, Will Hannon again.
Yeah, they just did a little tight end dump to the near side. They faked the crossbuck on the play action. And
Ryland Parks comes off the field limping.
So great play call, the Crusaders. Nice job by Hannon getting set up beyond the line to gain, so it was no doubt, and the Crusaders convert on 3rd down.
Jordan Beckman is checking into the game as Ryland Parks, the quick tackle, comes off the field limping. They get the first down to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll stay in the I formation. Stay with the double tights, and Gavin Patton bangs forward for a yard. And no gain at the 31, they say. So I think Matt Eddy is banged up out there, Patton banged up, and now your quick tackle out of the game.
Well, injuries seem to come in waves, so the Crusaders are going to just have to gut it out here and try to keep pounding away.
2nd down and 9 at the 31. They stay in the I. Pitch play to the left. Patton trying to get to the edge. Mulvane closes. Gavin gets to the 35 and a gain of 4. That's going to set up 3rd down and 5.
And Gavin,
Patton is down.
His left knee, he went to grab it right away. That is not a good sign. He is a tough kid. I've known him for 10-plus years. He's not the type of player to lay on the ground, so he has got to be really in some serious pain.
And so we have an injury timeout here. Gavin Patton at the end of that run. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation Sports Performance. Schedule your free consultation at summitks.com. The Summit together for exceptional health care. Ryland Parks had come out of the game. He is up and on the sideline, I think ready to check back in. But now Gavin Patton being attended to by the coaches and the training staff. 2:13 to go in the 3rd. 9-7 Crusaders here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Walk into Dr. Ediger's office. It's very cozy and warm. The gals that work there are just super sweet and super kind and really make an effort to get to know you and ask about you and your family. So they've definitely built relationships with their customers at Dr. Ediger's.
Hi, this is Dr. Corey Ediger, inviting you and your family to call me at 663-9136. That's 663-9136. Or stop by my office on East 30th to make an appointment today at Ediger Family Dental.
Where patients come first.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Our coverage live tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Gavin Patton limping off the field. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Jeff wants to throw. One-on-one coverage. It's caught. Matt Eddy at the 40. Breaks away from a tackler at the 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusaders. Matt Eddy.
Anytime is Eddy time, I tell you what. He just went and got it. It was a well-delivered ball by Neal, and then Eddy had to weave his way through 2 defenders, made the first guy miss, and then was off to the races as Eddy takes it from the far sideline all the way over here to the near pylon for the Crusaders' 2nd touchdown of the night.
One-on-one coverage. Jeff Neal to throw, 65 yards on the score. And we're going to have a timeout here. Could Buhler talk about going for the 2-point conversion?
That's exactly what they're going to do right now.
Well, he was our spark of the game in the first half, and he just sparked him again, buddy.
Yeah, Matt Eddy's a kid that anytime he gets the ball in space, he is a danger to the other team, and what a play made by the senior Matt Eddy right there.
Be sure your electric project is done right the first time with over 15 years experience. Call Schmidt Electric. Got Spark. Here at West Med, Chris Shank, Carson Muller with you tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Just looking for Gavin Patton down, who's being attended to by Doc Lackey here over on the sideline. Good news is he was under his own power when he came off.
Well, and if he has any ability to go, that kid will go. But
you don't want to. I think as long as they have the lead, you hate to risk it.
Yeah, and I have a feeling just from seeing him getting banged up, you kind of want to live to fight another day, and so we'll see how Mitchell McDaniel can do back there.
Good news is Ryland Parks is back in the game. They're going to go for 2 with trips right, and the ball is batted down incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Buhler leads here by 8, 15-7. So a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 1:51 to go in the third. Crusader football on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
This is Rachel Nelson. It's game time, and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
6 plays, 80 yards, and a 65-yard touchdown pass from Jeff Neal to Matt Eddy. They went for 2, and the pass was batted down. And boy, tough now. Moles with Gavin Patton sitting over on the sideline.
Yeah, something you don't ever see, especially from a kid like Gavin Patton, sitting down, ice on his knee.
Loose return for a moment. Fisher Dye is going to pick it up and return it to the 35-yard line. Now we need those Black Knights to just keep doing what they've been doing all night.
Yeah, keep bringing physical, keep playing with some pressure. And, Mulvane's had the most success throwing the football. And so you know that they'll mix up some inside runs with kind of some of those out routes and see if the Crusader Black Knight can keep the pressure up.
From their own 35-yard line, Mulvane down a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The 2-point conversion try for Buhler, if it's good, it makes it a 2-score lead. But not able to convert. So Lucas Sorensen getting the start. Julian Myers out. The concussion protocol tonight on a quarterback run to the right side of the option. And nothing there. Maybe a half a yard gain. We'll call it no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, great job by the defensive ends. Alex Lee here on the near side. He was able to get to the quarterback and swallow him up before he could get the pitch away.
Boy, Alex quietly having himself a good year, isn't he?
Yeah, Alex Lee, another one of those kids, just plays with a lot of heart, has one of those motors that never quits, and he's a guy that he will definitely play to the whistle every single down.
2nd down and 10. Sorensen out of the gun. Dye to his right. 2 receivers either side. Scrambling, throws over the middle, and it is caught. Yes, short of the first down stick. Jeremy Gentry on the coverage. Caught by Deeker. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, Jeremy Gentry just absolutely detonated Sorensen that time. I was amazed he got the ball out, but nice play made by the sophomore QB. He's going to hear a few birdies after that shot.
This might be the final play coming up here of the third quarter with 35 seconds to go. 3rd down and 1. Wildcats down 8 on their homecoming night here in Mulvane. Sorensen works out of the gun, trips right, 2 receivers left, empty backfield set. Mulvane trying to go for a kill shot here. Scrambling, Sorensen heaves it up the field, and it is picked off by Tavian Gilliam. Still on his feet. There is a flag down in the backfield, and now flags come out at the end of that play as Tavian Gilliam with the INT, and Jeff Neal trying to get out there and get his players off the field. There are 2 different flags down. As Sorensen was letting that pass go, a flag came out in the backfield, and then after the pick by Gilliam, a flag came out as well.
Well, I think the initial penalty is going to be on Mulvane, but then those later penalties.
Probably a holding penalty?
Yes, and then unfortunately after the pick we had some guys, I think, say some things, which is really kind of selfish.
So Buhler will keep the ball. So Buhler will keep the ball because the unsportsman came after the INT, but it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, Buhler's really lucky that penalty came afterwards, because unfortunately, if it came during the play, it would be offsetting penalties and we'd be replaying the down, and that INT would have gotten waved off. So luckily it came afterward, but we've got to do a better job of keeping our emotions in check. And I know Coach Warner. Oh, hallelujah.
Well, they changed it.
Hallelujah.
And now they say the unsportsman penalty is on Mulvane.
Well, that was very uncharacteristic. If it was going to be on us, we've been the recipient, unfortunately, this year of a lot of the taunting penalties. So a great turn of events. Buhler Crusaders have great field position and a chance to enhance this one-score lead.
From the Mulvane 33 after a pick by Tavian Gilliam, his first this year. And the option keeper, Jeff Neal, gets tackled up around his helmet. Brought down at the 29. It's a gain of 4. And that'll be the end of our third quarter of play. Buhler, good field position here to start the fourth. Up 15-7 on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
That doesn't work, or a yard full of scrap metal,
well,
and don't
big.
know what to do with
Yes.
it? Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest
flips
Iron,
the
and you
field.
can save the environment and put a little money in your pocket by bringing it to us at 700 South Main. Call us at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
At Morton Salt in South Hutch, we're passionate about what we do and how we do it. That's because we're helping to improve people's lives in more ways and places than ever before. Hi, this is Evan Moody, General Manager. To learn more, go to mortonsalt.com.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Crusader football on HKFM.
On a 2nd and 6 run, backup tailback in. As Gavin Patton is on the sideline. After that injury, it's Mitchell McDaniel who gets the carry. Buhler with some momentum here after a third Mulvane turnover. And then an unsportsman penalty. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 6 coming up. And we'll see what Coach Warner draws up here. But Buhler with a chance to really separate themselves if they can find some success on this drive. Single receivers either side of the I formation on 3rd down. 3-step drop, Jeff to throw. High, oh man. The ball is caught but out of bounds by a Wildcat. That is something you will very rarely see Matt Eddy do. He had a 1st down at the 20 and he dropped the football.
Yeah, a very rare miss by Eddy. Ball was well thrown and just didn't hang on to it that time. But luckily, the ball that was caught, it was caught out of bounds by the Mulvane defender, Fisher Dye. So looks like the Crusaders are going to go for it on 4th here.
4th and 6 from the 29. Buhler converted on a 4th down play in the first half. Jeff out of the gun. 2 receivers left side. Quick throw. Caught by Eddy. Breaks out of the tackle. 10-5. Touchdown.
Good job. Matt Eddy was lined up in the far slot that time. And any time is Eddy time. You got a big 4th and 6. Throw it to your sure-handed senior. He didn't miss that one, and he takes it to the house for his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night.
Well, I got to tell you, if I'm Mulvane's defense, there's one guy on the field that I am making sure is locked down.
Yeah, you got red alert wherever you see Matt Eddy, but great pitch and catch that time by the Crusaders. And finally, the 2-score lead has arrived.
And they will go for a conventional point after Eddy with the hold, and Jeff Neal boots it through. 11:03 to play in the game, and Buhler, after a pick by Tavian Gilliam, Neal to Eddy for 29 yards, And it's good for 7. 22-7 here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Crusader football continues next with the Crusader.
From their beginnings in 1989, Wifco Steel Products has grown to be the premier supplier of storage tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
At Morton Salt in South Hutch, we're passionate about what we do and how we do it. That's because we're helping to improve people's lives in more ways and places than ever before. Hi, this is Evan Moody, General Manager. To learn more, go to mortonsalt.com.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Crusader football on HKFM.
All right, back here with the kickoff, and it is taken Mulvane by one of their front big guys at the 32-yard line. Molson, I think you called that last touchdown, didn't you, before it happened?
Maybe.
He's texting me, look for Matt Eddy. And, boy, you know, Carson Rare dropped by him on the play before, and he was determined to make up for it, I think.
Yeah, that's just the kind of guy he is. He's been battling an injury ever since the first half, pulled up a little bit after the goal line, but that just shows perseverance of these Crusaders really, really wanting this win.
Yeah, Nick Gasway going to be filling in at linebacker here for Eddie.
22-7 is the score. 11:03, 10:59 now to go in the game. Mulvane from their own 33. And Sorensen will dump it off over the middle. And that goes across the 40. And right at the first down stick at the 42. See if it's enough to move the chains.
Mitchell McDaniel making a nice physical play from the far side corner. And it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Myers does here. If he starts to panic with it being a 2-score game and kind of abandons the run and starts airing it out, or if he continues to mix it up.
Our coverage tonight live from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Visit their large inventory at AllenSamuelsHutch.com. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Come by, let's be friends. 1st and 10, Mulvane at the 43. Sorensen out of the gun with Dye behind him. Got two tight ends here on first down. Far side run and forward progress up to near midfield. And Mark, the tailback Fisher Dye down at the 50-yard line for a gain of 8.
And Dye, a very efficient runner. He's had a pretty good night on the ground for Mulvane, and the ball just shy of Crusader territory. And here's the thing for Buhler. If they can just force Mulvane to really have long, prolonged drives, that's benefits us with the 2-score lead.
2nd and 3, the 50-yard line. Clock rolling, 9:42 to go in the game. Sorensen out of the gun. They'll put Davis in motion, right to left. Dye, far side, stuffed.
Ball out.
And the ball came loose at the end of the play. I think they're going to call Dye down at Mulvane's 46-yard line. It's a loss of 4.
Great play by Jace Henderson. He really brought the lumber that time, popped the ball loose. They're going to say he was down beforehand. Gentry, Braden, that is, came up with the football, but they'll keep it with Mulvane. But great play made by Jace Henderson.
That brings up 3rd down and 7. Mulvane at this point in the game, don't you almost have to go for it on 4th down? Maybe you punt one more time.
And with you near midfield, if they gain anything positive, look for them to go on 4th.
Trips left on 3rd and 7. Sorensen being flushed out of the pocket, heaves it downfield and well overthrown. It was Shannon Fuller, the receiver at the 25, the closest to the ball, that lands all the way down at the 10-yard line.
I think he was looking for Tyreek Hill down the far sideline as he just hurled it. It was a great thrown ball, but nobody from Mulvane in that same zip code.
Yeah, no way Shannon Fuller was going to get to that. Now it is 4th down and 7 and decision time for head coach Daniel Myers. Took over this program in 2018 after longtime coach Fenewald, who was an institution here at Mulvane.
And this might be a situation where they go quick kick as Buhler has nobody back deep.
Sorensen in the gun. They will quick kick it, but it is high kick, not a great kick at all, and it's going to go out of bounds. Boy, with nobody back to return, that is not what you're looking for, is it goes out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, if he would have gotten into that at all, they could have had an opportunity to pin Buhler deep, but luckily it just goes right up the elevator shaft and falls out of bounds, and Mulvane doesn't gain a whole lot there.
Well, Buhler will take over here with 8:40 to go in the game. They're going to have the football from their own 34-yard line.
The really critical thing right now, Mitchell McDaniel, he's only got 3 varsity carries in his career. He's just got to take care of the football, protect it well, and Buhler can burn the clock.
1st and 10. McDaniel, the backup tailback, carries up the middle, flag out from the.
And with where that flag was at, it's about 90% going to be a holding call on Buhler.
One of the officials up the field threw the flag as McDaniel was tackled near the 39. It will be holding on the Crusaders, their 2nd penalty tonight. And it pushes the ball back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Buhler's played a cleaner game on the penalty side of things. Mulvane's been penalized more times than the Crusaders tonight. And as of right now, Buhler with the advantage on the turnover margin with 2 compared to Mulvane's 3.
Out of the I formation on 1st and 19 now, quarterback keeper.
And I jinxed us.
And
holy smokes, we fumbled.
I think Jeff Neal lost the football, and Mulvane has got it back. So we're even in the turnovers now.
Sorry to point that out, fellas. So our 3rd fumble of the night, or excuse me, 2nd fumble of the night, 3rd turnover of the night gives Mulvane fantastic field position as they'll take over, knocking on the door of the red zone.
At the Buhler 23, well, that is the black cloud hanging over. Even if Buhler holds on for a win, that is still now 3 turnovers again tonight. 1st and 10 at the 23. They came into the game with 15. And Sorensen, a hit as he throws, broken up. Great play by McDaniel over the middle. Looking for Chase Deeker and broken up by Mitchell McDaniel.
Yeah, it was a post route over the middle. Deeker was lined up to the right-hand side, was breaking towards the goalpost, and great job by Mitchell McDaniel. You know, earlier in the year as a new sophomore starting for the first time, really struggled, but he has gotten better as the year's gone on, playing with a lot more confidence and great breakup by the sophomore.
I think Goins and Neal still struggling with that snap exchange a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, they're working on it here on the near side, and hopefully they'll get it ready.
2nd down and 10 at the 23. Lucas Sorensen out of the gun, and somebody moved for the Wildcats. Flags out everywhere.
We will take that all day, every day.
7th penalty tonight for the Mulvane Wildcats. 2nd and 15. 8:15 to go in the game.
And that clock is our friend. Every time Mulvane runs it, they eat up more clock. And Buhler's just got to force them to work their way down the field. No big plays.
And Buhler without their starting tailback, Gavin Patton, for the rest of this game, who's sitting alone on the trainer's table here on the sideline. His helmet right next to him. 2nd and 15 at the 28. Sorensen out of the gun. Receiver in motion. Single back, die to his right. Sorensen flushed again. Breaks out of a tackle. Throw is high. Intended for Fuller over the middle. Incomplete. Good coverage there by Jeremy Gentry, and Buhler consistently now getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I couldn't see who it was, but one of the Buhler defensive players just looked like he was shot out of a cannon, just flying upfield, nearly hit him for the sack, but
better coverage by our D-backs here
yes.
in the second half, too.
They're playing very physical. Great timing that time. It was Gentry in coverage.
And another flag. I didn't see the penalty down, but another holding call is coming here against the Wildcats.
And that's a massive one, as it makes it now 2nd and 26. So a quarter of the field and more for Mulvane to go here to get the first down. The first down marker is still inside the 15-yard line, so Buhler's got 3 more downs to try to stop him here.
2nd and 26 from the 39. Sorensen out of the gun. 2 receivers either side. Blitz coming up the middle. Sorensen evades to his right. Throws up the field. He had a wide open receiver that would have been a positive play at least to the 20-yard line, but he threw wide and out of bounds. Trying to throw on the run, and there is yet another flag down on the field.
That time it was Alex Lee flying up field. Looks like it's going to be a legal man downfield for Mulvane, and that's a massive penalty as it's going to push it back further.
Buhler's going to decline here. At some point, we have to get to third down. They will decline the penalty. It's going to be 3rd down and 26. Sorensen did a good job of evading the pressure that time. He trying to throw on his run to the outside edge and just not able to find the guy over there on the far side.
One of these times, that Buhler D-line is going to connect on Sorensen, and look out when that finally happens.
He might have to get a shovel to get him out, out of the turf. 3rd and 26 of the 39. Back at his own 45. Play action, Sorensen. The option keeper up the middle, across the 40 to the 42.
Yeah, he kept it on the read option. The back crossed the quarterback's face, and Alex Lee with the big stick for Buhler. So bring us a 4th and long here as Mulvane will bring the punt unit on.
You know, I don't want to say this early, 7:40, but that play right there to me is almost a wave the white flag play.
Yeah, it was an interesting play call. As you run an option to the interior.
You need 26 yards.
Yeah.
And Deeker's going to kick it away, and they're going to let it roll into the end zone and out of the back. Yeah, I just running that option play with the quarterback when you need 26 and you're down 2 scores. Quarter's half over. It's kind of like,
like a shovel pass K-State called against Tulane on a 3rd and forever.
It's kind of like surrendering.
Well, what they're counting on is just they've got some faith that their defense can try to maybe hold tough here, get a quick 3 and out, or force a turnover. Last time Buhler had it, we turned it over, so now we just got to put together a drive.
7:19 to go in the game. Buhler from their own 20. They'll hand it off to McDaniel. Nice hard run to the outside edge, and flags are going to come out. And boy, they need to get a handle on that situation. Trenton Davis hit Mitchell McDaniel out of bounds on the Buhler sideline, and Davis found himself surrounded by maroon helmets, and flags come out.
Yeah, McDaniel got driven into one of the Buhler managers, Mr. Starkey, and glad to see him up back on his feet.
Well, you know when all the flags come out and then the official throws his hat.
Yeah, it was pretty blatant. So that's going to tack on to the end of the run since it was after the play. So Buhler's going to get even better field position after that late hit out of bounds.
I can tell you the coaching staff is excited about this McDaniel kid, and another great athlete. 15 yards. Make it 30 yards. 2 unsportsmanlike penalties on the same play.
That is manna from heaven for Buhler right now, because the other bit about it, and Carson knows down the sideline, you have one of those type of plays, usually lights a little fire under the O.
Yeah, you want to talk about some fire lit. This energy on the sideline is absolutely electric right now. We are ready to go and punch one in.
And now Buhler's going to call a timeout here. That is going to turn into a 40-yard play, fellas.
Wow.
So all is not perfect tonight, but boy, at the end of the night, obviously you'll have a week to work on things. But right now, however you can get it, you go out there and grab you that win.
No doubt. Second most points scored so far this season here in Week 5.
Crusader football this season brought to you in part by Allstate agent Andrew Parr, by Midwest Iron and Metal, Red Rock Auto Center, by the Medicine Shop, and by Antiger Family Dental. This is a Pile Law timeout. You, a friend or a family member, have been the victim of an accident, contact Pile Law, where Tom takes the time to evaluate your options. Hope to see you at Buhler Frolic tomorrow. I'll be there bright and early. The pancake feed starts at 7:30. And the parade, by the way, is an hour earlier. If you show up at 11,
You're going to miss it.
You'll be very disappointed.
Yes, the world-famous double parade coming your way at 10 a.m. in Buhler, America. Lots of great activities. Fralt Committee always does a great job. Full day of fun.
I think we'll be there for the marching band, right? So,
yes, and a bunch of youth football games in Buhler tomorrow as well.
1st and 10 at the 40 in Mulvane territory. There's a fake. Jeff Neal is going to run around to the left and loses a yard back to the 41 on the play. Right now, I think Coach Warner's #1 agenda item is that 6:52 that's left on the clock.
Yeah, burn that clock down. The Crusaders that time ran a quarterback counter, and unfortunately it was well defended, as breaking to the outside from Mulvane was Parker Richardson, one of the outside linebackers.
2nd and 11 from the 41. 2 15-yard personal foul penalties on the play before last down. Big hole up the middle. Mitchell McDaniel shy of the first down, tackle at the 32 is going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and short now for the Crusaders, possibly in 4-down territory, just because if you keep the ball in your hands, you control the destiny. And yeah, let's see if the Crusaders can convert here on 3rd.
Longest run of the year for the backup tailback at 9 yards. 3rd down and 2, 6 minutes to go in the game. Buhler leading 22-7. Out of the I formation, McDaniel, hard run. 2nd effort gets him the 1st down. How about the super soft? Tackled shy, but a 2nd effort. Move the sticks.
Great effort by that young man to fight for those extra yards. And that's a big conversion, as every 1st down Buhler picks up here just bleeds more time off the clock.
That's where you dig down deep and find a little extra something, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Clock running inside 5 minutes to go. 1st and 10 from the 30. Buhler will use that play clock to their advantage as it rolls inside 15 seconds. Double tight inside out of the I on 1st and 10. Jeff Neal behind his center Ty Goins. He'll take the snap. Gives off to the fullback, Braden Gentry, with 2 hard yards forward and a flag out at the end of that play from the official farthest up the field.
And Coach Warner doing the smart thing with time of possession, running the plays down till there's about nothing on the play clock.
That flag came from the official standing at the 15.
Going to be a hold on the Crusaders, so it'll move back Buhler. So now Buhler's got 1st and a long ways to go.
Sunday, Chiefs in Tampa. Boy, talk about a personal foul. Kansas City looked like they had stopped defensively last week for a win, and then Chris Jones with a personal foul penalty for a little extra wordage to the opposing quarterback. Indianapolis comes away with a win, 1st and 18 now after the holding penalty. Ball pushed back to the 38. Handoff up the middle, and a gain of 3 for McDaniel to the 35-yard line.
You can expect the Crusaders to just ground and pound here, try to burn up clock. Mulvane still with 2 timeouts remaining, but every tick that comes off the clock makes it that much harder for Mulvane to come back trailing by 2 scores.
Good adjustments by that O-line in the 2nd half. Ronald Parks, Keaton Parsons, Ty Goins, Blake Hageman, and Brian Regier. They've given their quarterback and their tailback a little bit more time here in the 2nd half. They've gone to that 2 tight set quite a bit. 2nd and 15 at the 35, out of the I formation. And a pitch play to McDaniel. Nice hole on the right side. Forward progress up to the 31. So they get the penalty yardage back, and they're facing a 3rd down and 10 here, as we'll roll inside 4 minutes to go in the game.
And even though it's 3rd and long here, look for the Crusaders to try to maybe keep it on the ground, because an incompletion stops the clock. And actually, it looks like Buhler might run this down and burn their 2nd timeout possibly. Well, now they're going to bring in the play with Skripsik.
Buhler football just after 9 o'clock here on KWHK Hutchinson. Third and a long 10. 7 seconds on the play clock when they snap. McDaniel up the middle. He was one guy away from breaking that for a first down. Gets tracked down from behind and stopped near the 26. If he beats Trenton Davis on that play, might have a first down.
So now it'll set up a 4th and long for Buhler. Clock continues to run, but probably a pretty good shot that Buhler keeps it on the ground and just tries to continue burning clock.
4th and 7 after a gain of 4 by Mitchell McDaniel in that play up the middle. I think they might be setting up for a field goal here.
They're going to kick it here. Jeffrey Neal wanted the field goal. He said, "Coach, I got this. Let me have a chance."
His long in his career is 44 yards. Coach not as convinced as his kicker calls a timeout.
Well, you want to make sure that you're not in a situation where you're rushed on a long try. But I tell you, I saw before the Great Bend game, he was drilling him from 55, so it's definitely within his leg range. The wind, a little bit of a crossing wind, looks like it's kind of out of the southeast.
Yeah, just a little bit. Flags almost picking up. Shouldn't affect the kick a whole lot.
I tell you, watching Gavin Patton and then Matt Eddy's the holder tonight, Logan Briner out, and a little uneasy in my stomach watching him limp onto the field. Hopefully we'll get these guys home and Doc can work some of his magic.
Yes, he's going to have to rub some dirt, whatever he can do to try to get this MASH unit healed up. But yeah, let's see this field goal try, what Mr. Neal can do here.
Again, his career best is 44 yards. He hit one from 22 earlier tonight. Jeffrey, 6 of 11 in his career.
Buhler's going to go for it. Change of plans.
And so 4th and 7. Coach is going to go for it. Out of the eye. Double tight set. Here's McDaniel. Flag out. And that's likely on the Crusaders, I would guess.
But with where it's thrown, it'll probably be declined because the Mulvane would take over with 2:42. I really doubt they're going to accept this penalty.
At the 26. So it'll end up as a turnover on downs. Mulvane is going to recover with 2:42 to play in the game, and time is not on their side.
Yeah, if you are in the Buhler secondary right now, it's going to be red alert time. Now, the cool thing for the Buhler D-line, this is the time as a D lineman you live for because you know the other team's going to be airing it out. So your one job right now is to bring pressure and make Sorensen run for his life.
They have gotten good pressure on Sorensen here in the second half. 1st and 10 Wildcats from their 27. Buhler trying to win 2 in a row after starting the year 0-3.
They're keeping Matt Eddy back as a deep super safety here.
22-7 play action on the fake. Sorensen rolling to the right. Throws up the field. It's picked off by Luca Gotti.
Luca Gotti, the second INT tonight for the Buhler Black Knight defense. And just like that, Buhler retakes the turnover category 4-3 and retakes the football with 2.5 remaining.
Yeah, you want to talk about senior leadership. Luca Gotti was in his hip the whole time. Matt Eddy was coming up. Those two worked it. There was no way that was going to be a catch for the Wildcats.
So Buhler at the 39 with the ball back. How deflating. You're 0-4. Homecoming night tonight. How deflating is this for Mulvane?
Well, this was a game that, Coach Myers was telling his guys all week was a winnable game, and Buhler right now with the chance to salt this thing away.
And McDaniel straight ahead up the middle across the 35 to the 33-yard line. Well, plenty to work on next week. Well, your guys banged up. You'd almost, this would be a good week for an off week, wouldn't it?
No doubt. And I've got to interrupt with this, a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Andale up on Nickerson 94-0 right now.
Wow. You don't hear too many scores like that.
An 11-man, holy smokes.
Certainly very rare for anybody to break a hundo.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 here at the 34. Out of the eye. McDaniel puts his shoulder pads down to the 30. He's going to be close to a first down stick. Might be a yard away. I think we're going to end up with a 3rd and 1 coming up here.
Well, talking about Mulvane, you're talking about them. Next week they go to Winfield, and so we don't know how the Vikes are doing tonight. So, we do know they're losing to Mac. So
yeah, they were down to 17-0 at one point. Mulvane takes a timeout here, and that's a winnable game for Mulvane. I think they need their playmaker back.
Yes,
Julian Myers going through the concussion protocols. Several different rules for that. You have to have so many practices before you can come back, and I know they'll put him through those drills this week. But that's a winnable game for them.
That is no doubt. But I tell you what, just a lot of grit and heart for the Crusaders tonight. This has been a fun game, and let's see if the boys can polish this off with another score. I know they would love to get their 3rd touchdown of the night here.
Well, I tell you what, for these Black Knights, this 0-3, there was not a lot of energy at Great Bend. And so we're going to have a quarterback keeper for the first down on 3rd and 1. That'll move the football up to the 27. But it was gut check time after that Great Bend loss. You either were going to strap it on and get after it, or you were going to give up. And I'm really proud of the way that these guys reacted.
Yeah, a lot of heart shown, and I believe another timeout taken.
So Mulvane trying to preserve time with 1:37. We've seen a few things in the bag of Wildcat tricks over the years.
Yeah, Coach Fennevold was well known for
razzle-dazzle.
Yes, and that was kind of one of the neat things before the game tonight in visiting with one of the Mulvane assistants that played here at Mulvane for Coach Fennevold. There was so much respect between Coach Warner and Coach Fennevold. You always knew when Mulvane and Buhler were going to strap it on, it was going to be a hard-fought game, and not a lot of extracurricular activities usually between these two teams.
Well, it was tight for half of this one tonight. Buhler finally got the offense going in the second half. 2 huge Matt Eddy catches, one for 65 yards, another one for 29. Jeff Neal also with a field goal in the second half. Buhler trailed it at halftime, 7-6. Mulvane's only score tonight was on their 2nd series. 1st and 10, and Jeff Neal is going to take a knee with 96 seconds left. Crusader football this season brought to you in part by H&R Block, by Ray and Sons Roofing, the Sheila Metzger Agency, by Advanced Physical Therapy, and by Hutch Ray.
Well, Andale just put up the C note. They now lead Nickerson 100-0 with 10:03 left to go in the 4th. And
so is that one of those where, I mean, you look at Andale in this huge winning streak. Indians haven't lost to a football game since 2018. Do you say how many more in a row are they going to win, or do you say, well, when in the world is somebody going to step up and challenge them?
I don't know what's in 3A West or the 3A East, but Southeast of Saline was one of the better teams in Class 3A in the West last year, and they just boat raced them last year. So, I mean, the Andale juggernaut continues on, and
and the incredible thing about them is we talk about razzle-dazzle. That's not Andale football. Andale football is we're just going to line up across from you and bloody your nose.
No doubt. So,
well, Crusaders will kneel one final time. And an emotional win tonight. You see Gavin Patton limping on the sideline. Now they're talking to Coach Atkins. So much heart in that young man. He's got ice on that left knee. Sure they'll probably MRI that this week, I would imagine.
Well, hope that Gavin Patton hasn't played his last down of football for the Buhler Crusaders tonight.
But the Black Knight defense came to play tonight. And then Matt Eddy. I don't know what else we could say about him.
Just such a special playmaker and a guy, anytime he touches the football, electric things can happen for Buhler High.
Love the adjustments, too, by that offensive line in the second half. They got beat consistently in the first half. And I really thought, they at times brought in some extra blockers, but made some adjustments. Much better protection in the second half.
they did do a good job, and they made enough plays and battled away and helped open up creases. And Buhler had some nice running lanes tonight, and so good W tonight for the Crusaders, making that two in a row, and have a chance to get back to 500 coming up next Friday down at Augusta.
So Mulvane 0-5. They'll be at Winfield next Friday night. Crusaders improved to 2-3 and 2-1. And it's out there. Piece of that league title still exists in B-Town.
No doubt.
Take a couple of big wins at the end of the year, starting next week at Augusta. 22-7 the final. Our Crusader Locker Room show begins next here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Crusader football continues.